any space can inspire me, and it's part of my job to search out for a piece that, like, a little source within anything, any circumstance that I'm in, that I can relate back to my inspiration. So no matter what circumstance or scenario I'm in, I'm inspired and it relates to myself in some way. I guess it's interesting because dance has always felt second nature. I guess because I started it when I was really young, summer intensives abroad, and that's when I first started to get more exposure to the larger world of what contemporary dance is and how versatile it is and how quirky and unique and really bizarre the ideas that you can explore within it. You can't even only rely on looking at a mirror because your focus is split between looking outside versus observing yourself internally. You know your body best because you've inhabited it your entire life, and someone outside, they can understand a certain level and a certain extent of what you're experiencing, but you're the only one who will fully realize and understand what you're experiencing. If there's pain, why is there pain in your body? You know what kind of pain it is, where exactly it hurts. You might not know the reason why, but you can investigate it. It's about sharing your perspective with others and inviting them into that. I love making films right now, and they're movement-based, but I really like blending the ideas of movement mixed with cinematography and editing. I can manipulate so many things to get my perspective across, which really excites me. I feel like movement is something that everyone can access, and it lives in everyone's bodies, and you can share that in so many different forms, and it's such a good platform to jump from and return to. I love movement for ephemeral quality. It appears as soon as it disappears. And sometimes that's amazing, but also sometimes it's a shame. You don't get some of the same sensations, but not trying to recreate that, but expose a different side to movement through film is really exciting. And it allows for more exposure. in movement films, the camera also acts as a dancer in itself. It has its own perspective and entity and presence. And it's amazing, and it's also why I love it, because you can indulge in moments repeatedly. It feels like dance is really fluid in that, because I'm always moving my body, or most of the time. And so there's like inspiration coming at me at all angles, at all times of the day. In certain pieces, you're asked to like fall. So how do you fall in daily life? Like starting with mundane elements, but then warping them and exaggerating them or highlighting them in different circumstances and ways. And then it makes you rethink and reinterpret just actual, like the realities of things, and it becomes more imaginary, and it's reimagining what's right there in front of you and making it appear like it has never existed before. I am a very nostalgic person. I feel like lots of people, I don't know, in this generation I've idolized my childhood, and I feel like I've reimagined it and reinterpreted it in many ways, and maybe I don't even remember it properly, but I draw a lot from those experiences or those images that I have of children. Also because I think children have the biggest imagination, and I think in all art forms, but like dance specifically, you need to use your imagination to survive, and traditionally we train in very bare bones spaces. So imagining external environments, or like drawing from emotions that you experienced as a kid, they all play a big role into that. If you don't have playfulness in your practice, I think your practice is doomed, because it's so hard to be an artist and to stay motivated, and you need playfulness or else it's too hard. It's your job, and you strive to be an investigator of ideas, and you're constantly asking questions because that's what drives it forward. I want to explore further, and I think movement is a really interesting way to explore that and take these big questions I have, maybe like existential questions about the world, or simple questions about like how many different ways can I hold a cup? What is my natural walk? What is being natural? Any form of media I take in, and all experiences I have, it's like a massive well that I can, like a bank of information that I can draw from at any given moment in any given circumstance. Nothing other than like just existing in life has prepared me for those moments. I don't think I can not allow myself to relate what I'm doing to dance, though. At the end of the day, I trust my subconscious to store these memories or experiences I have, and then I can call upon them, or just based off of what I'm consuming. Eventually, someday, I'll draw connections, and it might take 4 years, 10 years, but somewhere down the road, things will connect.